Extensions are definitely a girl's best friend. Of course. It's so many different ways that you can wear extensions, a very versatile style. I recommend extensions for anybody from I'm just working out, I want to give my hair a break, I need low maintenance. It's very low maintenance service, which I absolutely love about them. And as well as people that are growing out their relaxer or growing out even a bad cut. So that's extensions are definitely a go-to service. However, it's important that I think that extensions are kind of done lightly. A lot of people allow their sister's best friend's cousin to do it, and when that happens, sometimes you can get a lot of improper installation. So you want to definitely go with a professional to make sure that they are put in professionally and that they can be removed professionally, and that there's treatments that are offered, and make sure the foundation, because if the foundation of the hair isn't correct, like if that hair cannot withstand extensions, then a professional can say, hey, let's look at some different options, or let's do this ABC and then we'll later do extensions, but not right now. But someone that's unprofessional or just around the way, they can probably say, okay, well, I'll do it for you since you pay me $50 or something like that. So you definitely want to be wise about and picky about who you choose to install your extensions. Another thing is making sure that you invest in quality hair. When you buy extensions, you want to get the commercial hair that's going to have the longevity out of it. You want to think about the investment, because sometimes extensions can last from 8 to 12 weeks, or just depending on what type of extensions you have. But if you invest in extensions that's going to last 12 weeks, but the hair that you invest in only lasts 2 weeks, then you can prematurely get you have to prematurely remove your extensions, just because the hair will start matting up and it'll just start looking dry, and then actually it'll start looking artificial. So you don't, even though you have commercial hair in, you definitely don't want to look that way. You want something that's moved nicely, that's cut nicely. That's definitely, and that brings me to our next point. When you are installing extensions, and whoever decides to style it, allow them, make sure that they know how to cut it, because if you don't know how to cut commercial hair properly, it'll start looking choppy, and it'll definitely start have that stiff movement. So me myself, I first always cut extensions with a razor, and then I'll clean it up with my shears really nicely to make sure that's how I check my cut. And I have a lot of good feedback because they look natural. So I put imperfections in the extensions just to make it look very natural. You definitely want, and it's all about going back to a professional, because this all kind of goes in with the consultation. Your professional should talk to you about the different types of commercial hair that's available, what type of extensions that you're installing, and how to care for them. You want to make sure when you are caring for your extensions that use some type of antiseptic shampoo or rinse to make sure that your scalp is properly cared for, because you don't want residue and you don't want buildup to start causing fungus to come through the hair. Another important thing is you definitely don't want to let it air dry. A lot of people do that. They'll blow dry it real quick, and just because the commercial hair and the hair that was left out is dry, they just assume that the hair is dry, but they have but the internal part of it isn't dry, and that can start mold and mildew, and usually sometimes you can smell the mildew in it, and that also causes fungus, and then you have infections, and then just a whole heap of stuff. So you want to make sure that you dry it properly by sitting under some type of hood dryer for at least 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and just feeling under there to make sure that that moisture is removed from out of the hair. You don't have to shampoo your extensions that often, but we use a soothing scalp fluid to rinse through the hair to kind of help it if there's any type of irritation, and also to kind of cleanse it, as well as dry shampoos. That's a very good alternative, because that removes any oil or buildup that came along with it, so you don't have to shampoo it as frequently.